Hi guys, let's go ahead and factor this problem. 60, negative 198, negative 42. Before we get started, we're going to take out the greatest common factor. Okay, so we can kind of make smaller numbers. I know some of you guys like large numbers, but for me, hey, if I can make the numbers smaller, I like that better. So I'm going to use my calculator. Here we go. So 60 goes into 2. All of these goes into 2. Let's see if it goes into 3. I think all of them go into 2. 6 plus 0 is 6. That goes into 3. 1 plus 9 is 10. 10 plus 8 is 18. That goes into 3. 4 plus 2 is 6. They all go into 3. So that means that if they are both divisible by 2 and 3, they're all divisible by 6. I think I said that at the beginning of the year. That was such a long time ago, though. So there are my coefficients after I've taken out the 6. So I have a 6. That just got rid of that. Man, it doesn't keep it up open. 33 and 7. So 10n squared minus 33n minus 7. Okay, so I'm going to factor that 10n squared minus 33n minus 7. So I'm going to use the AC method. We're going to take A and multiply it with C. And so that is 10 times negative 7. And that's a negative 70. And I'm going to take the factors of negative 70 and find the one that, when you add together, equals negative 33. So 1 and 70 would be 1. And we know by that negative of B, coefficient B, or term, coefficient B, that the larger term is going to get the negative. So should we use a calculator? Why not? Y equals 70 divided by x. Go to table. 70, that's 33. 5 and... Oh, wait a second. No. Yeah, that's 33. That one works. So 2 and negative 35. That one works. Sorry, guys. Okay, so I'm going to split up that middle term. And it's now going to be n squared plus 2n minus 35 n minus 7. And then let's go ahead and group these two together and group these two together. I'm going to find the GCF for that. That's a 2n. So a 5n plus 1. Okay. You can, if that's confusing for you, just put divided by 2n, divided by 2n. 2n over 2n is 1, guys, not 0. Okay, now what do I need to factor out? I need it 35 and 7. Definitely a 7, but we need a negative 7 because it needs to match up with the 5n plus 1. If we divide it by 7, we get a negative here. Whoa, what just happened? A negative. If I divide by a 7, I'm going to get something different than 5n plus 1. I'm going to get different signs. So, no, that's not right. So, I'm going to take out 5 plus 1 because negative 7, you see the negative and negative, it's going to give you a positive. Divide by negative 7, negative and negative, it's going to give you a positive. Whoops. So I'm going to take out 5n plus 1. I don't know where I wrote it so close together. Plus 1. And you're going to take out 5n plus 1. And 5n plus 1. What am I left with is a 2n minus 7. What did I take out in the beginning? A GCF. Don't forget to include that. Wow, that trinomial's all over the place. Or the 3 factors of it. Now let's use MG's method. We factored this out. Remember, it only works after you take the GCF out. Only works. You're not going to get that 6 in the end if you don't take that GCF out. So let's go ahead and look. We have, I'm just going to rewrite the trinomial. And then I'm going to multiply a and c together. So I have n squared minus 33n minus 70. And create my 2 binomials with appropriate signs. That negative 70. 2 factors, when you add them together, it gives you a negative 33. We've already found it here. And so 35 goes here. 2 goes here. I'm going to take the a, divide this by 10, divide that factor by 10, reduce, so 1 over 5. Bring that denominator to the front, so it becomes a 5n plus 1. This also reduces 35 over 10. They're both divisible by 5. We have a 7, 2. That denominator goes to the front, so that's a 2n plus 7. Don't forget the 6. Oh, I'm sorry, minus. Everybody's screaming out, Miss Ostrom, it's a minus. There we go. We're done.